Dear assholes. Now, what I mean by that, me and my friend here mean by that, is not everybody that's going to watch this is an asshole. But if you're one of those select few people that don't have this simple, logical understanding, not all comic books are meant for kids, nor should they be. The reason I bring this up is today I learned this fascinatingly irritating information that there's a group of parents out there that believe that the new Deadpool movie, yes, Deadpool, if you know what I'm talking about, should be re-edited to be a PG-13 movie so that they can take their kids to see it, because they believe that since it's a comic book movie, it should be okay for their kids to watch. Now, unfortunately, with that line of logic comes with the fact that there are people out there that believe that anything animated or cartoony or in the general sense of childish in their mind, that it should be okay for their kids to see, play, watch, do whatever. Which, this is wrong. If anybody knows anything about Walking Dead, for example, Walking Dead is a comic book. It originally started as a comic book. And it's not a comic book you should let your kids watch, nor should you be letting your kids watch the series. Then the next problem is that it seems that these parents don't know the source material. If they did know the source material, then they wouldn't have any interest in this. There wouldn't be a petition for this. Not that Hollywood's going to listen to it, but it's still the ignorance behind this petition is what upsets me. You know, Batman doesn't have everything that's kid-friendly. Just because they made a bunch of kid-friendly shows with Batman in them doesn't mean that he's totally kid-friendly. For a good example of, the fact that the Joker tortures and murders the second Robin, the fact that he shoots and paralyzes Barbara Gordon, and if you didn't know this, please crawl back under the rock you've been and stay there. And don't take your kids to see Deadpool. You know, if you're a parent that knows the source material, or you're willing to learn the source material, I have no problem with you. You're not an asshole. That's simply what this is don't be an asshole. I just don't understand that. Learn your source material. You know, the second Spider-Man movie with Tobey Maguire, was that his name, Tobey Maguire? Wow, okay. I didn't even know I knew that. Not for kids. And it begins with Doc Ock, who's kind of going crazy because of his manacles being stuck to him. He rips apart doctors and nurses in an operating room, and just because they don't show it on screen doesn't mean it's any less traumatic for the 3-year-old that was in the audience when my husband went to go see it. Yes, he started crying loudly, and his father wasn't going to take him out of the cinema until the mother forced the father to take him out of the theater. And when I went to go see the second Batman movie, the newer one with, whatever his name is. Yeah, Christian Bale, thank you. There was a bunch of kids in the audience for that. That movie was dark. Like, that was not a kid's movie, and I'm sitting there and I'm watching kids cry. And I went to go see that with my dad, and I was like 16 years old, 17 maybe? I don't remember when it came out, and I'm not Googling it. So it's, if you think a movie is going to be okay for your kids because it's based off a comic, you're being an asshole, and you're being a stupid parent. You're not a bad parent that you don't know, but you're just being stupid about it. It's really simple. Google it. Go see the movie firsthand. Read reviews. If you know a friend that went to go see it, even if they took their kids, call them up. Ask them what they thought about it. Did they think it was kid-friendly? Did they feel bad for taking their kids to see it? Just don't assume because it's from a cartoon or a comic that it's okay. And instead of spending the money on going and seeing a movie, how about instead you do one of these few things? One, how about you go and buy kid-friendly comics for your kid? Actually, go to the Marvel website and read the section that's kids comics. You can actually get comics that are for kids there. Next, how about instead of going spending money at a cinema to see a movie that probably isn't going to be kid-friendly anyway, how about you actually rent or buy or find or download or whatever you want to do to get these? How about you get the kid-friendly series that some of these are based off of? Like, even Deadpool has a kid-friendly cartoon. Not that I think there should be one, but my point is that there is one, and you can get it, and you can watch it with your kids. Or instead of watching a Deadpool cartoon that I don't think should exist, how about you watch Batman Brave and the Bold and learn more about the Batman universe? And all of the cool and weird characters that are over in DC. Don't watch anything with Superman. No one could write a good Superman thing. Smallville was okay. Actually, go watch Lois and Clark from the 90s with, what's his face? Yeah, Dean Cain. Go watch that. If you want to watch anything with Superman, go watch that. Don't watch or like any current Superman things. Don't take your kids to see Suicide Squad when it comes out. Just like Deadpool, not meant for kids. Just because it comes from a comic, it's not meant for kids. There's a webcomic that maybe if you really, really, really want, maybe you can petition the creators of the webcomic. It's JL8. It's a 8-year-old version of all the DC superheroes. There might be more than DC in there. I don't know. But it's a webcomic, and maybe you can petition them to make a web cartoon out of it for kids. That'd be cool. So instead of going to Hollywood, not that Hollywood's going to listen to you, but instead of going to Hollywood and demanding that you get something re-edited for kids, how about you actually go find stuff for your kids that you can enjoy with them too? That's my opinion. And that's how not to be an asshole. So don't be an asshole. Okay?